Hi, all you SPMEs out there. Today's video is a question or problem that has 3 answers, and you're going to want to stick around because the third answer to this question is a secret as to which tools and why exactly you're going to need them as compared to others if you don't want to lose at the self-publishing game. So let's get into it. The question that was sent in today, or rather problem, it's must-have self-publishing tools, and it's a question of which tools are necessary to win at the game of self-publishing. And this is something that's very common. You first get started as an author, you write your very first book, or you're looking to make money online, and you've written your very first book, but then you think, well, that's great, because now you're ready for the next step, which is just putting it out there and self-publishing it. But then you find out that it's not so easy. You put your book out there and it's getting rejected, or you're finding that the formatting is difficult, or the cover and a lot of the other things that are necessary to get in place are not as easy as you thought they would be. And that leads you to start going down the tools and services hole, which is, as you're moving down this particular rabbit hole, you discover that there are so many tools that you can use to self-publish, but which ones are right for you? So what you do is you start testing them all out, and this leads to overwhelm very quickly. And the one thing on this channel that we don't like, which is that you don't get your book out. We want you to get your book onto the market. That's the top priority over anything else. And why should you allow the tools to get in your way? Well, we're going to take a look at this today to help you prevent the overwhelm feeling you get when you see all of the tools that are possible to do self-publishing for your book. So this is Chris Baird from SelfPublishingMadeEasyNow.com. Hit the subscribe button down below if you'd like for me to make more videos like this one, because I want to help as many authors out there get their books onto the market as possible. And if you've got it on the market, I want to help you get the sales you deserve for your high-quality books. And you can check out my free self-publishing checklist to make sure that you are not skipping any of the important steps necessary to get your books on the market and selling. Just find that below in the description. So let's get into it. In my own story, when I first started, I thought, I want to save money. I didn't have too much money available for self-publishing, and so I was just dealing with the money that I would have, just my monthly money that I would have within the family that would be left over that I could use on whatever I wanted to, my own personal slush money. But that's not really enough to do the amount of difference I would want to do with self-publishing, you see. So I was on a very thin budget, which caused me to say, I'm going to save money. I'll just do it for free. I'll use only free resources. I won't take any courses or pay for any content or coaching or anything, and I'll just do it for free. So that was my plan to make money on this strategy. Well, I got rejection after rejection from Amazon because the cover formatting was off, or the book itself's formatting was off. There was all sorts of problems that we were going back and forth. I was wasting their time and money, and also wasting my own time and money, which is your most valuable resource. And I realized that this is no way to go about doing this. So what happened was I started off then realizing I was going to need better tools and services to figure out how to get my book to sell on the market. So that was when I started actually paying for tools and services, taking different courses on how to run Amazon ads, how to put your book together, how to format, how to all of these sorts of things. And I started testing tools like Scribner, Yuto, using still some of the free tools that I had been using. I think it was Kindle, KDSpy was one, and Samurai something or other. I had a whole series of tools that I was using in order to figure out the right keywords and the right, all of these things that I've heard were very important from some of the courses I had been taking, but it still wasn't completely clear to me, building an email list and all of these things. And so I was testing out lots of tools and spending a lot of money and time in this testing process. And so that was something that I found a little bit frustrating, because some of the tools work better than others, and which ones, and how do you know? Finally, I found a set of tools that work. It took me to get, and I've been using those tools to get the 200 books, nearly 200 books that I currently have on the market. And I started using a common set, and the sales continue to rise and I'm still continuing to use the very same set of tools I discovered about a year or two ago. At least I've stabilized. I've been using some of the tools from the very beginning, but since a year ago. So, must have self-publishing tools? Well, the first thing is the right tools and services will save you a lot of time and money. And it's not just about saving time and money. It's about ensuring your books are making as much money as they're able to make. And the only way for us to get that to start cranking up and building up the sales that are coming in on your books is to make sure your books are optimized, and that then comes back to the tools and services. So number two, I share exactly what I use in the description. Every time I make a change to one of the tools or services that I'm using, I update it below in the description in my affiliate links below. I've tested out 100% of the tools that are here. My team also uses these exact tools to make sure that the books are as high of quality as possible, to make sure that we're going to make as much money off of each book, giving it its highest chance. Now, if your book is not in a market that's hungry, well, then it's going to be difficult anyways, but we still will optimize and we learn for the next book. And I would just say two of the tools that come to mind is KDSpy, making sure that we're choosing the right market, and you'll see that below in the description. And the other tool is Uto. So if I were only going to recommend two tools, those would be the ones. Maybe the Fiverr designer that I use down below in the description also I would recommend, because for only $18 you can get yourself a very high quality cover that will ensure you're getting the sales on your book that you deserve. But other than that, I would say that this is the complete set that I've currently been using, but I'm open to see if maybe there's other tools that will work, but I don't have any reason to switch, because when you find a set of tools that are doing exactly what you want, you should generally stick with it. And many of my students have also discovered that sometimes when it comes to using the tools and understanding the back behind it, sometimes coaching helps, which you also can find in the description. If you need additional coaching, you can let me know, and I will help guide you through the process, which can amplify, give you 10 times your results, because you're no longer trying to do it alone. And the secret answer for today is you can save big money with just going with what works and stop trying to figure out everything for yourself. Whether it is coaching or whether it is the right tools or these other things, you need to not make the mistakes that I had made, which was thinking I could just figure it out all for myself and I would save money, when in reality I was losing money with this exact strategy. And that is something that you're not going to want to ignore, because you only have so much time and money and energy. We want your books on the market and selling so you can produce more books. And that was the biggest thing that a lot of people have found is the best way to become one of the winners on Amazon, people who are making $100,000 or more a year, it is by producing more books. They found they had 40 books on the market on average. That was a study that had come out in the last couple of weeks, and I was completely blown away by that, because I already sort of knew it, but the more books we have on the market, well, the more money we're going to make, and we get better at making books when we produce more books, as opposed to taking one book and trying to save money on these tools and stuff. So that's something that you're definitely going to want to consider. So what is your favorite self-publishing tool or service? I'm always open. I'd really love to hear below in the comments, and check up above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.